Hello, how's it going today? It's Frankie here, and oh my goodness, I have probably seen one of the best and most beautiful movies for I've ever seen. I mean, I keep saying that with these movies. These movies now have been so incredible I've seen so far. It's hard to pick which one is probably the best out of all of them. I mean, this is a comment I got from YouTube to watch this movie, right? Another one called June, or Dune, or whatever it's called, right? The two-part film. I was tossing between which one to watch, the part one of Dune or Interstellar. So I just had to watch Interstellar. And wow, thank you for giving me this comment. Because I was holding off on this because it's a bit long. It's nearly 3 hours. But I'm so glad this comment came in. I will watch Dune part one and two. If I watch Interstellar, I will watch the two parts of Dune, and oh my goodness, it's nearly 3 hours. I can't get through the whole of this movie and every single scene in it. This has probably got the best piece of dialogue, best piece of graphics, best piece of acting that I have ever seen in any movie in my life. The storylines is just mesmerizing from start to finish. I mean, oh, it's going to be hard for me to get through the whole of this. If I'm going to miss out some parts. If you want, please watch this movie for yourself. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Matt Damon. So many actors that have acted in other movies and shows and whatever else before, right? That's what makes it better and unique. And I mean, let me just kick into it already. It's about this farmer and this ex NASA pilot called oh my god, I've just seen it, called Cooper, and he got venture out, just he's been told to venture out to space to look for habitable planets for mankind civilization and whatnot. And he visits, like, he sees two planets. There's one that's full of water, but it kind of bends out. It's weird. It's hard to explain. Like, I won't explain things properly, obviously, because there's quite a lot to get through. And he also goes through this planet which is quite icy, rocky, and whatnot. It's hard to explain. It's beautiful, right? Let me tell you this. I mean, it's just incredible. And there's been some odd moments where the waves came in and they had to get back in the spaceship, where the guy just passes away from that and whatnot. Part when there's a tiny bit of a fight scene, but it's not really meant to be a fight scene because he got fed up and stuff like that. I mean, throughout the movie, obviously Cooper's missing his family, and there's a scene where his daughter keeps like a watch in no, not keeps a watch, but like talks about ghosts and stuff in her room because there's something falling down in her room and stuff that she claims. That's important coming in later into the movie, right? And obviously, I know you may think it sounds a bit boring, it sounds blah blah. When you guys gets into it, yeah, there's a lot of talking stuff, but the talking is relevant to the whole movie. And obviously, you think, where's the habitable planet? I'll come back to that soon. There's also a scene where, they talk about a black hole, which is also a point coming into it. And then you have like this security robot, something called TARS or something like that. Then you got the other characters that are with him that are technically astronauts in the ship, and they talk about going to this black hole. And they talk about, there's a lot of good knowledge in this. Watch it. I don't think I can talk about all this knowledge, but watch it and see what you can tell me. It's absolutely incredible. I've never seen such a masterpiece of a movie like this before. This beats a lot of type of sci-fi movies I've seen. Well, not really action, it's sci-fi, and whatever other genre it is, right? Insane. And they go into this black hole, and obviously they've gone through years and years, and his daughter's grown up, his son's grown up, and obviously his dad passed away. It's kind of like it's quite clever. It's very good dialogue talking about bending time, so it's very knowledgeable. Like, I practically gained a lot of knowledge just by watching this movie. Like, it's almost as if the stuff you see in this movie is what kids be taught, and it's utterly incredible. I mean, there's one scene where they saw this dust and they're trying to decipher what the dust was because there's like a sandstorm dust, and I thought, I know I'm jumbling this up. It's gonna be hard for me to explain scenes this because it's super long movie, and the music in this as well is phenomenal. Thank you for recommending me this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. So this is one of my favorite movies. It's absolutely incredible. It seriously is, and the passion these characters are showing is brilliant. I've got to say, I've never seen anything like it for a long time, actually. And the perfect actors to play these parts. And there was a scene where they began to find out that the guy that sent them up there, I forgot the doctor's name now, but they sent him up there, the Cooper and the others, as like a scam basically, because the guy who solved it, he wanted to prove if how humans were caught being in space and being in different civilizations or something like that anyway. And obviously Cooper and Dr. Mann didn't like, so they had a bit of a fight, and needed some help. It's a lot that goes in this movie. It's a masterpiece. And there's this one particular scene where he's in the black hole. The Cooper's in the black hole and he sees like his daughter when she was young before this all happened. And it shows the scene where he gave her a watch and said, "Will you remember me?" So, and he sees all this happening. It's like a clever, like, it's basically say that time is more like physical. Like, it's there, like, there's different time frames, different dimensions, everything. So much, like, different time frames in that one black hole, right? They just, it's different. It's all different. Like, he's witnessing different stages of time happen in front of him. It's beautiful and mesmerizing. It didn't exactly like the black hole. I don't know where he was falling into. I thought he was falling into like, oh shit, but he fell into a black hole. And and it shows like the scene where actually his daughter sees him. Sees like the block for him. She doesn't see it, but then she sees like the spaceship smash the ground, and there's a scene of the spaceship just exploding. It's brilliant. It really is. Like, it makes you wonder: do these things actually happen for real? Movies telling us something here. And another scene where you know he sees a dust in the front, they're trying to decipher it, and he promised the daughter he will come back and she would decipher it. And the daughter knew, Murphy knew all along that her dad would come back, as promised. She deciphered it all. That was in the entire time. It's like another time frame. Each time frame is happening. It's hard to explain that each dimension is each dimension of time, different stage of time happening in front of their eyes. Basically, that's what it's basically saying. That's what they were going through. Oh my god, it's just it's wrapped my head around this. It's just brilliant. And obviously they show the scene where he just was in space and they couldn't like, nothing like. Then they show him just lying, and he woke up in hospital, and it shows like a complete different world in front of him. And obviously the world looked kind of different. It's almost as if the the land that was part of the land that was going inwards and land that was going like on our floor. It's they were talking all about gravity. It's a really wild movie happening. Yeah, it's mesmerizing, and it's hard for me to explain all this because the dialogue is so it's difficult. I couldn't get through the whole of the movie. I'm just snipping out to the best parts. And it shows that his daughter is like over 100 years old, but she's all wrinkly like a normal 100 year baby. And when he wakes up, he's old. He's 124 years old because he was like, I don't know, cryogenically frozen. He's been up in space for years. That's what can happen in time. I think they were up there for like years and years. I think over 20 years or something like that in space time. Because I think because they went through the black hole boom, it happened for them right there. It's crazy. They're talking about storing the food and stuff like that, rationing, talking about they're gonna help the human race. It sounded damn near impossible, and it's like Cooper. They named Cooper's on. It's like they found a way. Like his daughter also took on his type of role. It's absolute genius, brilliant. Everything about it is just fantastic. Thank you for recommending me this movie. I don't really keep tabs on the people's names in these comments, but I'm not the type to give out names. But thank you for recommending me this movie. It has been a treat. So many good actors in there. They fit the role. It's beautiful. The music. It's the quality of the movie as well. Everything's just impressive from start to finish. Christopher Nolan, I know you've been making movies before, and I've seen your name that you made it. You were part of the people that made this movie. Thank you for making this type of movie. Really, it's just like knowledge for people. I have to give this a 10 out of 10. Sorry, but there's nothing that can top the quality of this movie. The dialogue, storyline, every single thing. It's just brilliant. I had to watch it. 10 out of 10 rating. This is faultless. It could, yeah, you could say there's snippets of it where they were like, when they were whispering, it could have been a bit more clear on it. That doesn't matter because everything is just fantastic, and 10 out of 10 it is. You can't say this movie has faults. It's just brilliant. There's nothing that could have been better. Everything about it was perfect. Nearly 3 hours. So be patient. You gotta be patient with this movie. It doesn't start going into space until like quite late in the like probably 40 minutes in. I think probably just longer than that. It's utterly. But I don't want to talk about the whole of the movie. You have to watch it for yourself. It's a masterpiece because nearly 3 hours. There's really not much else. I made like the best scenes I think in the movie. These are the important scenes in the movie that I named. Especially the scene when they take off and it's all dramatic and they know it is. The scene when the doctor's describing something to my information. It's brilliant. So this is a must watch. Recommend it. I know I'm stalling here, but I'm trying my best to make this video not too long and not too short because I wanted to talk about this movie. Literally, give it a watch. Tell me what you think. I know I'm probably missing some scenes that I should have spoken about, but watch it for yourself. I know I don't want to make this too long. There's only a certain amount I can, upload into YouTube duration wise. I can't do longer than 15 minutes. So yeah, check out. 10 out of 10 it is. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like, comment, share everyone you know, subscribe and hit the notification below. So see you in the next video.